No more MS depression. What's up, guys? MS prison. What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the paradox we all seem to be in. It's always like, you think one thing, and MS says something else. So you're telling MS, I can beat you, and MS is going, no, you can't. So it's like you're in this paradox, this puzzle. And I want you guys to know that, look, that the fact that is happening is the falsehood, is the what you should realize, is what you should notice about yourself. That something is so worried, even a disease or whatever you want to call this, is telling you you can't, and you know you can't, or vice versa. There's something in you telling you can, and MS, you're listening to MS is being you saying you can't. It's a paradox. So I want you guys to know that the fact that is happening is proof enough that you can. Because anytime you're doing something and someone says you can't, it's proof that you're doing it right, and you're worrying other people enough that they have to speak up. So, I know that one time, like, example for me is like, I know Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, but he didn't quit. Now look at him. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. People like that are, you can go through the list of people who told they couldn't. Now, what do you think that what they said to Barack Obama? No black man to be a president of the United States. He was the best president of the United States. All right, and even at that, no one ever thought that Donald Trump could be president. And then all of a sudden, he was racist enough, and he got up just like the Nazis, and just like Hitler, and he Mike comped it. And no one ever thought that a Keebler Elf, Jeff Sessions, could be Attorney General. But that's what I'm saying. Don't let MS or somebody else tell you no. And don't even let yourself. There's the paradox. You have to fight with yourself. And that's often the issue. Is we're fighting with our own mind. We're fighting with our own background. We're fighting with the person we used to be. So as I said, you used to could. I got that from like Jeff Foxworthy, I think. You used to could. But it's just it's terrible that I'm watching great people get destroyed by something that is a fear, a false expectations apparent real. You're fearing that you cannot, and it scares you, and so you stop. You just don't even try because you figure you're going to fail anyway. That's not a good way to be, man. It's not a good way to be. It's not good in the sense that life doesn't stop for no one. Okay, the world does not stop spinning for you. I know a lot of people think that the world is revolves around them. I know some people think that way. Nobody that I know, but I'm just saying. I've seen some people that think that everything revolves around what they want to do or how they are. Sorry. And regardless of if you have a death in your family, if a bad car accident, or just one day you wake up and you're paralyzed, paralysis of MS. So, don't let those thoughts stop you. Don't let that paradox happen. Because there's the fact that it's happening. Like I tell people all the time, I said, the fact that it's a lie about something shows you there's truth to it. The lie itself is the truth. So maybe you need to look further into it. Why are they telling a lie? What is so important that they have to lie about it? What are they covering up? Something is truthful in there. Find it. And something's truthful about yourself. fight it. You got the strength. You got what it takes. I know many times I sat in the hospital and I cried myself. I cried. I did more than cry. I peed myself, but that's a whole nother story. It's kind of funny. Anyway, but I sweated. I worried. I did all that, and it got me nowhere. It wasn't until I said,
Used to could.
Huh?
Used to could.
Used to could. It wasn't until I said, enough. I'm going to make this not a problem. I'm going to make this my. I'm not going to just say that word, but you got to finally say enough, and you got the will and you got the strength. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. Sadly, 1/4 of all people who are diagnosed with MS commit suicide. Do not do that. If you're thinking about that, give me a call. Please. Please. You can call me on Facebook. So I don't have to give out my number. Please. Because I will help you or talk you through anything. Anything. Any one of you. I know you don't know me, like, personally like that, but try. I don't do that. I don't like that. There's no reason for people to give up like that. Don't make a permanent solution of a temporary situation. Okay? Don't do that. Because if you do that, look how many people are going to suffer. Not just you. I mean, you'll stop suffering for this little bitty, whatever it's called. And trust me, there are times that I was depressed enough that I was like, oh man, this is not worth it. It is worth it. I look at my girlfriend, I look at Naki, I look at my son. It's worth it. It is worth it. Because we always talk about how we go this far for somebody, we go to hell and back. But you'll commit suicide one little thing. You're in this paradox where you're saying you can't, you can, or it's saying you can, and you're telling yourself you can't. You just reach out. There's somebody there for you, and like I told Jackie, and I tell her now all the time, there's somebody that's always watching you. Okay, there's always somebody. I don't mean that creepy, peeping Tom. I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying like there's somebody that's looking to see if that person has the strength, then I'll have the strength. If that person can do it, then I'll do it. And you won't know them. You're not going to get the praise and the pat on the back of the attaboy or attagirl. You're not going to get that. Just give yourself the pat on the back. Give yourself what you need. Because if you don't make yourself happy, nobody will. You have to love yourself. You have to love yourself enough to know that I'm not doing nothing permanent off of this temporary situation. Because if that guy can do it, or if that guy can do it, or if that girl can do it, or that girl, then I can. And you ask yourself, you always go, well, how come, what's wrong with me that I don't have everything?
Look at yourself.
And that person has everything, and they're doing a lot, and they're you think that they're in a lot worse position. See, here's the problem. We look at people, and we think they have it set up. They have it better than we do. No. And it's a thing you got to know, and you have to remind yourself of this every day. If you're rich, you have problems. If you're famous, you have problems. People always talk about how they would love to be rich. Well, what's that going to solve? Because all it does is take little problems and make them big problems. Because now you're on a scale. It's just like a stairs. If the floor, if you are getting beat up on the first floor, you really think that people that are trying to hit you are not going to start change to people up top hitting you? No matter what floor you're on, there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to take it from you. Somebody's that's going to hate you for it. Somebody's going to talk about you. Somebody somewhere. So don't sit there and think that nobody has problems. We all do. All of us. I'm a pain in my girlfriend's ass every day. Every day. I'm a difficult person to be around. I believe. not supposed to agree. Anyway, no, yeah, no. But what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that I put a lot on my plate, and my eyes are bigger than my stomach. Is what I'm talking about. Not literally, but because I can eat a whole bunch. As this exercise, are you meant to fries? Anyway, so just remember, you have this. You can do it. I believe in you. And there's a paradox you're dealing with. I'm writing the next book, and I hope you all go get it. It's called MS-103 and Multiple Sclerosis Paradox, MS Paradox. And I'll write a whole thing about it. Alright, so you guys take care. Be well. Do all what you gotta do. All that good stuff, you know. Yeah, you.